Good morning from Rita's Roost. Well, it's October the 25th. I lose track of what day it is. I do. Do you do that? Do you wake up and have to look to see what day of the month it is, and then you got to see what day of the week it is? That happens to me all the time. But I do know today's Friday, and as soon as I do just a couple things here in my kitchen, I've got some errands in town to run. I've got to go to the bank because it's Friday and I can't go on Saturday or Sunday or don't want to. So I know it's Friday and I know that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to show you this yogurt stuff. I think I over dried it quite a bit. Remember if you watched a few days ago when I made the homemade yogurt and put the strawberries in it? Well, I don't know. They're little dried yogurt stuff, and I tell you, it's good. They're going to fall apart on me. And this one got that big dried strawberry in it. That yogurt just melts in your mouth. But let's see what that strawberry did. I'll save them strawberries for my little granddaughters. It's all going to fall apart, but I'm going to eat it. The strawberry part's good, because freeze-dried strawberries are good. But anyway, these have been in my freeze dryer, and they're ready. I took them out. I'm going to get ready to put something else in there. So what I'm going to do with it is I'm not going to put it in a bag, because I know they're going to crumble apart. So I'm going to store them in these little jars. And I think I'm going to send them off and let the family eat them. I don't think I'm going to put them up for long-term storage. Not these little things. Anyway, I'll finish eating that in a minute. Let's see what they do when I try to put them in the jar. Oh, that fell apart on me. They're all not going to work. I don't think my homemade yogurt was such a good idea. I don't know if this experiment's going to work so good. That down in there. Have to be careful with them. They're just going to flake all apart. Might want to get a spatula and pick them up. Because the more I handle them, the more they're falling apart. Well, that didn't work so good. I've done the store-bought yogurt and it worked better, but I think my yogurt was just too thin. I don't know. I'm not happy with my outcome. But I thought I'd just show y'all that they did get dry. Let's get another jar. Take just a couple. There's another one with a big strawberry in it. So I don't know if my grandchildren will like these or not. I may have to snack on these. They're so wafery. Just a wafer texture that it's just falling all apart. Because they just, look at that. And then when they, I don't know. I'm not just real pleased. But I'll tell you what else I've got going here. You know what this is? I made this late yesterday evening. Didn't get it done in time for supper. But it's not real pretty. But it's a cherry pie for Mr. Terry. That'll be good. And behind me, well, first I'll tell you, I've got leftover chicken and dumplings in the refrigerator that we're going to eat for lunch. And back here behind me, I've got a pot of pinto beans going. And I started them yesterday too, and they didn't quite make it for supper, but they've got good, pretty brown juice. Let me just show you, because when you cook pinto beans, they gotta get a pretty brown juice. So I'm gonna get a bowl and I'm gonna show you the brown juice of the pintos, okay? Let me get a bowl and a spoon. Won't take me just a second. I've got my bowl and my spoon. They got a little bit more cooking to do, and they've got a little bit of ham in them. But can you see my brown juice? That's what pinto beans are supposed to look like. And these come out of the garden. They were fresh raised just a few months ago, since this is October. But that's part of our lunch today. I'm gonna put them back in there. They're still cooking a little bit. And I'm gonna use this little skillet right here. I'm gonna make us a little pan of cornbread. Hadn't made my cornbread yet. We want our cornbread to be hot when we eat it. So that way if you want to put some butter and melt some butter on it, you can eat it that way. And I'm gonna tell you about my this little pan right here. This little pan I've had since we got married because my Aunt Rosie Mae gave us this as a wedding gift. It looks like it needs seasoned a little bit, but I'll put some, the way I do it is I'll put some kind of fat in there, and then I'll sprinkle a little dry cornmeal on it and bake it in the oven. But that's my little cornbread pan. I got one smaller, but this is a pretty good size for two people that like cornbread, don't you think? All right, I'm gonna turn my beans off and get my deposit slip made out with my checks. Actually, my checks are over there on the refrigerator that I'm going to take to the bank from some of the gals that have ordered fabric and bought it at the store and sent me a check. I need to do that. Some of them I've had around here for a few days, so it's time to take them. Oh, I'll put this up. And then I'm going to run my errands, and then I'm going to come back. And since lunch is almost ready, the cornbread won't take me just 3 or 4 minutes to stir up and stick in the oven. And then I think we'll do a sewing in Rita's kitchen day this afternoon. Y'all want to join me for that this afternoon, the live stream? We'll see. Don't hold me to it because life gets crazy and I go one way and then I go the other way and then I meet myself coming back. You do that sometimes? It's wild. To live a simple country life, it still gets a little wild around here. And Terry, let's see, it's still morning. Terry's went out to hay the cows. We're in the middle of a drought, so he's had to start feeding early this fall and winter. So he goes every day to put that hay for them cows. And I'm going to take you along on that one day, as soon as he says I can go with him. He says when I go with him, I slow him down if I'm talking to you guys on the live stream. But we'll go help him someday. Alright. I told you what my plans are for the day. So I'll see y'all later. Love you. Bye. Have a blessed day.